Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. Christmas is almost here. I feel like I've started about 100 videos saying that, but now it's true. It's true. Christmas is almost here, and this is still here. I'm going to put it out over there. Probably no longer fit for human consumption. As you may have noticed, I am waving around my copy of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas game. And what a beautiful thing it is. This is a game from NECA, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and it's very glossy, and it's getting all of the reflections and things on it. Put down there. You can have a look at Sally. This is a game that it's terrible. It's not a good game. But it is a game about The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is my favourite film of all time. And yeah, I'm automatically interested in anything with this particular theme. I don't normally sort of get to the stage where I'm just buying stuff for the theme. Normally I require a game behind it. I'm not just going to buy something. Oh look, it's got dragons in it. I like dragons. I'm gonna like that. And there's so many things with dragons in that I won't buy. But when it comes to Nightmare Before Christmas, it's a bit of a weakness really with me, because I do love it so, and it's also my daughter's favourite film, and we sit and we watch it a lot, and it has become something of a Christmas tradition to play this on Christmas Eve, and it's the only time of the year we play it. We don't play it any other time of the year, but on Christmas Eve we sit and we play Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas game, where you kidnap Santa Claus, collect points, and defeat Oogie Boogie. So yeah, kidnap Santa Claus, obviously. Defeat Oogie Boogie, obviously. Collect points. Couldn't really think of a thematic reason for that then, guys. Yeah, it's kind of a point collection game. But this is actually the sequence of events in the game. This is actually the order that you must do things. Let's have a look inside. The only reason I'm doing this little video is because this is something of a collector's piece for me. This game is no longer in production. You can still pick it up on eBay. I got it for a pretty good price. I know other people have got it for an even better price. And if you're interested to know sort of exactly what I think of it as a game, I have done a review on my blog, Always Bored, Never Boring. But this is more just to have a little look at all the pretty things inside, because to be honest, the main reason it's in my collection is because of all the little pretty things inside. Because what NECA do tend to do is make bad games with or publish bad games, but that are quite clearly sort of made to be collected rather than necessarily played. There's like a nice shiny sticker on the board. The entire rules of the game are printed inside the box, and you basically, the aim of the game is you randomly draw cards into your hand until you get a Santa Claus card, and then once you've got a Santa Claus, you've captured Santa, so you can start collecting points, because everybody knows that once you've captured Santa, it's a points race, and you collect points by, these are the cards. Look at that, there's just a regular elastic band on that. So here we go. There's a Santa card. Santa looks properly evil. He looks more like Satan there. So, and yeah, these are the rest of the cards. So at the start of the game, you're just sort of drawing. You're moving around the board and landing on spaces where throughout the board there will be piles of face down cards. Everybody gets a hand to start with, so some people will be lucky and will start with a Santa in the hand and can immediately start collecting points through no skill or reason or rhyme. They've lucked out, they've got Santa in the hand, they can immediately start collecting points. Everybody else who didn't get dealt a Santa at the start of the game has to move around the board, heading to the piles of face down cards, randomly drawing in the hope that they will eventually get a Santa card. There is also a way that you can sort of steal cards off of other people. So even if someone's got all of the Santa cards, eventually everybody should get one. But there's no skill involved. It's just roll the dice, move that number of spaces. Yeah, it's roll and move, obviously. Collect the cards. Once you've got Santa, you start moving around the board, and there are spaces on the board that have images. If you land on the image that matches one of the cards you've got, you can play that card down and add it to your points total. And that's it. So you're just rolling the dice, trying to land on the pictures that match the pictures you've got. When you do that, you score points. When you've scored 100 points, you travel to Oogie Boogie's lair, where you spin this. And yes, look. Lose. And that literally means if you spin it and it lands on there, you've lost. You're out of the game. So even if you catch Santa first, even if you're first to 100 points, even if you're first to get to Oogie Boogie's lair, if you spin the spinner and it lands on lose, you lose. And then you have to sit around and wait for everybody else. And eventually, someone will get to Oogie Boogie and either everybody will lose or somebody will win. And that's the game. It is shambolically poor, but it is very pretty. Here's the board. I should stress that even though I think it's a bad game, my daughter loves it. She's 7 now. She's just turned 7, and she does love this game a lot. I think partly because we play it once a year on Christmas Eve, so it's sort of kind of special in that regard. We've done it every year for quite a few years now, so it's sort of like a special thing we do. We also play a Grinch game, which is actually a better game but has far inferior presentation. So it's kind of special to us in that regard, and it's special because it's our favourite movie. We watch the movie a lot in the run up to Christmas. From Halloween to Christmas, we can sort of watch it as many times as we want, and we never get bored of it. So even though I don't really rate it as a game, it's one of those things that I'm very, very glad to own. And as much as I insult the game and as detrimental as I am towards it, it's not something I would ever get rid of. It's too special to me. And now I sound all sentimental, but it is Christmas, so why not? But there's Oogie Boogie's lair. So that's where you head once you've got all your points, and you see here's the images on the card. These big spaces are where the face down cards are. So you move around the board, you land on the spaces, you pick up the cards, and then you move to these little symbols here to play the cards that match. Some of the symbols don't quite match the artwork on the cards. It is a little bit annoying, but you can pretty much figure out what it is you need to do. So the board is nice. The cards are nicely illustrated. They have sort of that really, really nice line art. But perhaps the best thing, and these, I'll be honest, every year I put these on the shelf for display purposes at Christmas time. They are the pewter playing pieces, metal playing pieces, and we have the three trick-or-treaters, lock, shock and barrel. Get nice and close. There we go. She doesn't look very happy. Yeah, those are cool. And then obviously, oh no, I can't open the bag. There we go. We have Dr. Finkelstein. We have Sally. And we have Jack, obviously. Now, apparently, on my review on Always Bored, Never Boring, somebody commented and said they had a different version to the version that I have, which has different artwork and also has a painted jack piece, which is weird. Just the jack piece is painted. Overall, I like both versions, and as a collector and a fan, I would probably acquire a copy of the other version if I could, but this one's probably a slightly nicer version. But I don't really have much more to say about it than that. This is one of those things, one of those games that it's not a good game. It's erring on the very, very, very bottom end of the scale of games in terms of mechanisms. It's entirely random. You could have Santa from the very start of the game and rush ahead and then lose anyway because you didn't win in the fight against Oogie Boogie. You could spend the whole game looking for a Santa card and never find one. You could trudge along at a slow pace and then go on to win. It's entirely random. There's no skill. It's purely luck, and I love it so. Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye bye.